Alright, we are up against Flo. We have... Oh, ooh, pretty spicy opening location. Do we want 2 lizards? I really don't like that we shuffle our hand back into the deck. We're going to try and grab Prio in the middle. We actually managed to do that. Alright, so this is interesting. I think this will happen first anyway. And I just... Yeah, so... One of these 2 will get destroyed, but only after we shuffle our hand. I think wave is fine. We have 2 lizards for our opponent. We draw a She-Hulk. I am fine with that. And now it would get... It's destroyed. And the Doctor Doom. Alright, if we play the Doom here, we get... I think the Doom is too early. I think we just play for pure stats. Just to explain, if we play the Doom now, the problem is that this location would have been filled completely, right? After this play. I guess not, because he removes it. So no problem there. On this turn now, we can drop 2 Magnetos. He already snaps, so that means he's pretty sure to win. I think that's interesting. We can have 2-5. I think because we are second, we will... leave the Sinister London as is. We will not transform it with the Scarlet Witch.
Friendly neighborhood Spider-Man here.
So there is a Spider-Man coming for him, which means that we will be denied the chance to have duplication. And we are not allowed to play on this lane, so basically we can only play the Doctor Doom here, and that will give us 5 here and 5 here. That will not be enough. If we play Shang-Chi, we remove the Magneto. With Shang-Chi, I mean, normally, under normal circumstances, we leave, right? Because it's just too risky. We don't need to risk this loss. Just for the video now, I think this is our only line of play, right? If he plays something with high stats on the Sinister London, he is already winning this lane, but it might get copied to the middle lane. And then, because we are second in prio, we can snipe both the Magneto and that card. And we still might have a shot at winning this game. So, I'm just going to try that. So he plays... just low stats in the middle and loses.
Victory.
Yeah, pretty interesting line of play on our opponent's side. So yeah, I guess we take this win. As you can see, we are in infinites. Alright, we play against Michael Scott. He's the boss. We have 0 into Scarlet Witch into Wave. And I think right here, I might be wrong, but I think it's just better to curve out stats. So we are up against the Thanos. I haven't checked that. That's on me, but I thought there should be animations. So we will just double up our Scarlet Witch on the Sinister London. Alright, this location gets filled. We will play wave on the right side. Next turn we will... Alright, 2 Mr. Fantastics for our opponent. I think here it's pretty easy. We will just play double Red Skull. I mean, he, even after the nerf, is 9 stats if the opponent's location is fully filled, right? Leech on our cards is not that big of a deal because we have She-Hulk and we can play her on the last turn, so that's okay. This turn really sucks. There is no real play here. I guess the only play we have is to play the Iceman. And we can also play 1 Sunspot. Just 1 extra power. Doesn't harm too much. Our last turn will add 9 stats on 2 lanes if it's not... Alright, that is a very, very strong play. Another question is She-Hulk enough to contest this game? If we drop her in the middle, he would need to drop something that is at least 7 power, because it will get buffed twice. I mean, it's even less, it's just 6 power in the middle, because with Soulstone, She-Hulk loses a power, so it's 8. And that means that we lose to anything that is 6 power in the middle. If we add her on the right, we might win the right. And if we add her on the left, we should win the left. So the question is, can our opponent add something in the middle that is 6 power? And I think if he, yeah, of course, he will just play Devil Dinosaur and we lose. So this is a retreat angle.
Escaped.
Alright, we have a very slow opener. We cannot curve. We cannot drop the Sunspot to soak up the unused energy. Now I really like this 0, because we can 0 into Maximus. It's not the best play, but it's just a lot of stats for the energy investment. I want to try and hold priority here. So we are contesting 2 different lanes. Sadly, we lose our priority here. I will play wave into Doctor Doom. Our opponent can, of course, see what we will play. Alright, that is unusual. We will just continue as is. We will just play the Doctor Doom, and hopefully we will not receive the Void with a Viper play. That would be pretty bad. We will have to remember that we can grab the Titania. Alright, so this looks like a Viper. No, it's Blue Marvel. Alright. So I think what we are up against is some kind of Valkyrie deck. Because it would mean that this lane is guaranteed already. So now this card has 9, which means we can kill it with Shang-Chi. I'm pretty sure we lose this lane, even if you guys think this is a safe bet. I think our safest bet is to snipe the sentry in the middle, so that would guarantee us the middle lane. And then we play the Scarlet Witch to change this location and grab the Titania. If he plays one card here, he would get the Titania back, so this is pretty sketchy. But he will need to play for this lane, so I think this is our safest line of play. And let's wait and see. So we snipe the sentry. We change the location, grab the Titania. As expected, Valkyrie on the right, and we win because our opponent decided to play for the middle instead of the Titania mind games. And if he would have played the Wasp here, he would have had 7 power against 11, so he would have still lost. But we predicted this lane being the Valkyrie lane, so it was a pretty easy win. Alright, we have the Mad Goat. So even though we shut down... Maybe we keep 0 for now. We can start off with Scarlet Witch if we see something we really don't like. And I think that is something we really don't like. Our deck plays around high statted cards, so we can already remove the middle location. We could play around this location, just to be fair, with Dr. Doom in a side lane, adding his clone into the middle, maybe gaining us an advantage. But I would much rather just curve out the Scarlet Witch, transform the bad location, and just put some stats into play. Alright, Collapsed Mine coming out for us, and it's always bad to not get rid of your rocks, so I'm just going to pass. And Mad Goat decides that he is going to pass as well. I think now it's the time for Zero and Maximus. That's just huge stats. It's 10 on the Baxter's building. And this location granting an kind of aura effect to all the other locations is a location we want to commit on. Maybe not overcommit, but it's not bad to have stats on there early. We will see how our opponent reacts here. I mean, this armor looks really nice. And he plays a She-Hulk, which is really high stats as well. So he is also committing pretty hard onto the Baxter's building. I think this will be a Red Skull into the Doctor Doom, hopefully winning us. Hopefully that will be enough. I really can see a world where we play something else. We could have speculated on drawing She-Hulk on the next turn. He plays the exact same card here, which is kind of funny. So we can just drop him here. That will give us 6 more power. And 5 on both the other lanes. So this normally would be a play that is too risky, and I would maybe leave with just losing 1 cube. Just for the purposes of this video, we can stand our ground and try and see if we win. Sadly, we have an armor in this lane, so we cannot get rid of anything. And I think to win this game, our best bet would be the Doctor Doom, and we will just try. So Taskmaster, alright, that's a really strong card, and a Titania. So same stats, and this is basically a Shuri list. Shuri being one of the best decks to stay around. So important things to take away. If we would have added just 2 more power here, I mean, obviously we were not able to, but we would have drawn this lane. And our opponent had to decide to win one of these lanes. So, would have been down to mind games. I don't mind losing this one. I wanted to see what he will do in order to win the game. And interestingly enough, he would have also won if he would have switched around his place without risking his card being sniped by Shang-Chi on luck. Alright, we have a game against Machiavelli. Savage Lands is a location I really dislike. We will start off with the Iceman in the middle. Oh my god, so much junk already. I mean, switching these locations will not really help. So I'm just going to drop stats to the right. I feel like we can Cosmo on the Avengers compound. Luckily, we stopped the Scorpion. And now I will drop 0 on the left. Sadly, we don't have a Sunspot to soak up the extra energy. Alright, Lizard on a already full lane is really questionable. We will drop Red Skull here with his negative ability gone. He is a force to be reckoned with, and it is not Shang-Chiable in this lane. So for this final play, I think Doctor Doom is the play. We will win all 3 locations, or we will add some power in all 3 locations, and that is something that is very hard to deal with. And our opponent does the exact same thing. So that means we will lose, right? No, because Lizard is losing some power. We will win the left. That's interesting. And we win the right. So that's really good play from him. We could have lost. I was a little careless, but luckily we managed to pull through here. Right, we play against the Rod. Alright, Sunspot. I love seeing the card early. He will soak up energy that we don't use. I think we can transform this location already. That's a really good location to roll into. And I really like this one as well. So if we float 3, shield will cost 3, so that means if we float 2, we should be able to play her next turn. So that means we can play a 1 cost and still be able to play her. Viper in the middle, interesting. So She-Hulk. Hulk's cost is down to 3 because of Titan, I forgot that one. And that means we'll play her now. Let's commit 3 stats to the middle location, 9 to the right location. I think that's a really solid line of play. By the way, I love the animation where when she dropped, like, all the cars fly into the air. Alright, so now our opponent will just try and see what we do, but with these cars in hand, I think the smartest thing to do is just feed the Sunspot all of the energy. He will stay under Shang-Chi range, which is really good. She-Hulk is also... We have enough board presence already, we can just afford to feed the Sunspot. And now we kind of turn this game around. We can just see what our opponent is doing to answer this board state. Alright, so it is the Shang-Chi on the She-Hulk, which means it's basically decided we will focus on these two lanes winning. And for me, I mean, we could play Red Skull on the right side, winning us the right side. We could also play Lizard and Shang-Chi, but because we have priority, that would be a losing play. Because we reveal first, and that means if our opponent plays a big statted card, we actually don't kill it. So that play would be useless. I mean, all of these plays are basically useless, so our only option is to play the Red Skull. We, of course, could commit in the middle, but our opponent might expect that. So we will just play to the right, maybe get some surprise win here. And we will also feed one more power into the Sunspot, so maybe our opponent miscalculates the left lane. I think he calculated everything through and came to the conclusion that he cannot win. So that is the smart thing to do, just retrieve, guys. This game is all about assessing risks, and you don't need to take unnecessary risks. Go ahead and stay in the games where you feel like you have a really good chance of winning. If something is not going your way, don't be afraid to give away that one cube and jump right into the next game. In this game, it's all about risk assessment, kind of, and I kind of like it. If you don't feel the game, just go into the next one and let it go. Alright, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. This deck proves to be pretty strong. Also in the infinite ranks, it is able to pull some wins. So if you are on your way to Shuri, you can play this deck until you maybe get your hands on Shuri, and then you can play the Shuri list. I think Shuri will be one of the best decks to play after this nerf, because I don't really feel like the nerf has targeted or damaged the Shuri archetype a lot. So yeah, thanks for watching, guys, and we will see us in the next one.